Hello everybody, welcome back to some more GlitchCraft. We are obviously back on the server, and today we are going to be finally upgrading our armor. For the longest time now we have been running with some steel armor which I made, because steel is a pretty easy thing to make after we found that really cool recipe, and an armor jetpack, which is good. It does do quite a lot of health. I think it was like five armor things, so we actually have one extra like overlapping, but that really doesn't make any difference. But we are going today to make a full set of proper armor which will be able to be powered and therefore won't take durability, so we won't have to worry about it. We can just come back here, charge it, and eventually in the future we'll also get a wireless charger, and we won't have to worry about anything like that. So the armor we're going for is the flux and fuse. So it's probably better if we could do that. There we go. So flux infused, and I'll actually take off any I synchronize just so we have this constantly up. So to make this, we need flux armor plating, and we need to get flux crystals and flux electrum ingots to do that. Now, normally what I do is I would work out exactly to the number how many I need. I actually do remember it somewhat, but what we're going to be doing today is slightly different from that. So I have, over time, I don't know if I've said this, shown this before, but I have got down here 6 molecular assemblers, and have just been doing a lot of cabling, a lot of ME interfacing and stuff like that, just so we have a lot in here in our interface terminal. We have a ton of things that we can craft. So obviously patterns, that was mainly our priority there. If I actually go to crafting, craftable items, this is everything we were able to craft. I did focus on the gears and machine frames, and then I sort of focused on, well, I did the patterns first, and then I focused on solar panels. So we got the solar panel 5, which I made quite a few of because I could, and I needed, well, I don't need to, but it just helps having them up here. I also made some resin, upgraded these to some resin level flux ducts because I wanted the extra power. But these are all level 5 solar panels here, and they have currently all got 16 million RF in them because they are producing a ton and we're not using a ton really. The machine-wise, we're using the AE system, which doesn't take too much power, harvester sometimes, and that harvester sometimes when it needs to. These things when it's creating gravel, which is on occasion it happens, but not too often. So let's go in here, and yeah, so we're gonna create, wrong place. We need to go and create some things for this. So we need if I go, let's go fluxed. There we go. So if we got fluxed armor plating. Now the way I've got this set up actually, down here actually is perfect. This is how I have my my, what is it called? I can't, flow transposer and the magma crucible setup. There's actually set up to a chest, and this is really the best way I can think about doing it. So in this chest, that's where the interface is set up to for the fluid transposer and recipes and such. So something will go in here, let's say redstone and a diamond. So I think it's 10 redstone and 1 diamond for the flux crystals. We can actually check right here. So okay, so two redstone and a diamond. So we'll throw 2 redstone and a diamond in here. This will then, this is an item filter. So anything that isn't redstone, glowstone pearls, ender pearls, glowstone dust, or pulverized coal will go into here, into the fluid transposer. Everything that is a redstone, ender pearl, glowstone dust, or pulverized coal will go into here, and then will move into there in liquid form. So that's how we got that set up, just in case anybody sort of wanted to know how I'm doing that. And I need to get that one back, because I've been putting a slab here, but I need to access the chest because sometimes it's being weird, so been doing that. So we need to come in here, and we need to, wrong one, I keep on going to the left because normally I have it set up on the left. It's kind of a weird one, but what we need to do here is essentially we can get, where is my redstone? Okay, so we need 2 redstone. We also need to turn this to this mode, and a diamond. We need 1 diamond and 1 diamond, and we want to throw those in there quickly. So crystal, that's going to create one of these, and we're then going to throw this in this chest. I've actually set up most interfaces. I got a ton of net cables because I like the idea of... Actually, is this one... Okay, that shouldn't be showing up in the thing, I don't think. Because otherwise I accidentally put stuff in the wrong interfaces. But we have 2 interfaces set up to this chest, so we have, like, what is it? 18 different recipes, and there's another thing set up to chest. I'll have to sort all those out after. At least we know where they're going, and that it will work for the meantime, at least. So that's what we need to do with that one. Next, we need to get fluxed electrum ingots, and then from there we need to get fluxed electrum nuggets, but obviously with that, it's just throw it into a crafting bench. So to get these, we can either use fluxed electrum blend and pyrotheum dust, or use the alloy smelter, which we don't have. So we're going to have to go with this route, which means we're going to have to create fluxed electrum blend. I don't actually have a recipe for pyrotheum dust either at the moment. That's actually one I do need to make, so we can also do that. So fluxed electrum blend. Okay, not what I want to do. So we need electrum blend and fluxed electrum blend, which then means we're going to have to make electrum blend as a recipe, which is gold and silver. Pulverized gold and silver, which there's 2 ways we can do this. We can either throw gold and silver, a gold ingot and a silver ingot. Actually, do we have the ability to make gold dust or pulverized gold? No. So the best way to do this is via that. Actually, do we have a setup for electrum? We already have an electrum setup. That is awesome. Didn't realize that. So then we just need to take electrum. I guess we'll craft a bit of electrum as well. We need to pulverize the electrum. So that to that. So we need 1 ingot to 1 pulverized electrum. Actually, this is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. So pulverizer, that'll go in there. We also need to make it easier on ourselves by making the ability to make all these pulverized dust on their own. Yeah, just the pulverized stuff on their own. I think that might be a good plan. I might make a separate pulverizer for that entirely. I think that might be a good idea. So that is going to be that. So then we need to go and throw the electrum blend and 2 redstone again. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2 in there, and the electrum blend, and from there throw in there. Also, I'm just gonna, whilst we're here, talk about maybe there's a difference in quality. I'm not sure. I'm actually using a different recording program. Normally I'd use OBS, but recently I realized that Fraps is actually not being a very annoying thing recently, so I'm actually trying to use Fraps for once, and it's doing pretty well, but it does mean I've got to sync up audio late. So if the audio is out of sync, that's just probably me failing at doing anything productive. But hopefully it should look better, because from my tests it does look generally better. So got a fluxed electrum blend, and we should be able to create some fluxed electrum blend pretty quickly. So then we need to turn that into electrum ingots, which is going to be pyrotheum dust, which I can't remember which one it was that I don't have. I think it's sulfur that I don't have a way of creating, and blaze powder I don't think I have a way of creating as of yet. So I do have a ton of pyrotheum dust, so we're gonna, I think what we'll do is, because of the whole thing with I know I'm gonna have enough, I will worry about doing a recipe for it later, unless I've already got a recipe. I don't. So 1 of that, and some 2 electrum blend. I'm actually gonna craft 1 more of them eventually. There we go. And some pyrotheum dust. I'm going to throw this in an induction smelter, which I actually don't know where my induction smelter is. There. And that'll slowly, well, not even slowly, they're all resonant level now. I don't know if I've pointed that out before. So they are all resonant level, which is very, very nice, with full upgrades in them. I think they're full upgrades. It might be 2nd tier upgrades, but either way, they are very, very fast. So where do we need? We need the induction smelter, which is right there, to make the things of those. And then probably the simplest of all these, which is take the electrum ingot, do that. that's going to be throw in a molecular assembler, and we should have the ability to do all this. So we're going to do that, and then we want the electrum nuggets. And from there, we have the ability now to create the flux armor plating. So let's have a look at flux infused. Infused, and check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, as I thought. So we're going to create, let's look up fluxed, and we will create 24 of these things. Actually, we're going to create one of them because I actually want to make the physical armor crafting recipes, which is going to be extremely easy because it's just going to be a case of there's that one, and then there's that one, and then there's that one, and take that one out. So there we go, all 4 of those. They are going to go in a molecular assembler, probably all by themselves, because I have filled up the rest of the slots. And then we are going to go to this, and we are going to create our set of armor. So that's going to create that. We do kind of have to wait a tiny bit, just because I only have one set of crafting CPUs right now. Whilst I have a lot of crafting space or whatever it is. How is it? A flux infused jet plate? That might be cool to get. How do we get? Okay. That's gonna. It's actually maybe not too difficult. We could actually try that sometime in the future. I think it might be interesting. See how that goes. So I don't know. Cryothium coolant unit, which takes hardened glass. Oh, I clicked on the same thing again. Resonant level Enderium plates, Invar plates, bronze plates. It's definitely doable. But it's a question of if I want to do it now or not. It's a lot of crafting recipes. And I don't know if it's worth doing where right now the plan is, I know it, well, it does hold 60 million RF. But my point is that I don't know if it's worth it because the plan is to fight a wither, get a nether star, complete the ritual, even though we already have a sigil because I found one, complete the ritual, and then get an angel ring, and then we won't even need the jetpack thing, unless we can maybe in the future. I guess what might be a good plan is get it in the future, because if we can just disable it entirely, we can maybe have better protection with a higher RF count on them. That might be a possibility, but it looks like we are going to get this done. There we go. We are going to take all the armor out, and including the chest plate, even though we're not going to be currently wearing it. And we are going to go to an energetic infuser, and this is actually going to send it all back anyway. And we might as well send our redstone flux capacitor through when we get to that point, so that we can have that charged. We'll send that through. Doesn't really be needed right now. The only things it's charging are my shovel and my sword, because I finally got a better shovel. I actually just generally got a shovel. I made it out of thormium because I couldn't make it out of anything else, and I had some thormium lying around because I found it. And also I used the thormic shovel head, which was just one thing, and then a magical wooden tool rod, because then it's like paper and it doesn't have as bad a durability modifiers 1 times rather than like whatever paper is, and it gives me an extra modifier, and I don't even think I could use paper. So we're gonna get this back in our inventory. I might also need to get rid of this hatchet at some point and maybe get a lumber axe. That might be a good plan. And we want to get our flux infused armor going. Oh, I want to take off this steel stuff and throw all that on. There we go. And now we're like, I wouldn't say unkillable at this point. We're definitely not unkillable at this point, because this armor is, even though it's powerful, is going to still be temporary. We are going to eventually, once we get a proper wither setup where we can actually get a lot of wither skulls, we are going to be and kill withers to get a lot of nether stars. We are going to be getting the battlesuit stuff, which I have gone through before, which basically means that we will be pretty much unkillable. Like this chestplate, for example. Oh, it does actually do 8. This chestplate does 0 apparently. But I think chestplates normally do 6 protection. This one does 8. This one does 8. But these also give us night vision. That just gives us the ability to fly just generally. This gives us strength 3, I think, or strength 2 constantly. And then this one gives us speed constantly, haste, and I think speed, haste, and I think potentially jump boost, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that might be one of the gems. Actually, speaking of gems, that is another thing we can do. We've not gone on for a massively long amount of time because I can actually see how long we've been recording-ish, because of the weird setup I have. But we are going to, I think, a plan here is we can go for a gem, because we have this gem of salubrity, and I actually know that Chrono has one as well, because I think he saw the video that I had it in, probably thought to himself, that's a good idea, because it's a good idea, and got one himself. He's actually been doing very well, I've noticed, as of late, and given me at least one plan for next episode, which I'll be getting onto. But we have the gems here, like this is a resistance, this is speed, haste, and jump, night vision, strength, water breathing, invisibility. I want to get Gem of Potentia, which isn't amazingly difficult to get, especially since we've got 2 slightly durable, because when I accidentally duplicated my items, I got 2 diamond swords with slight durability, so I can combine those together, get that diamond sword, because we're not going to be using it ever again, because our sword does a lot more damage. We got a gem, which we'll be able to get pretty easily, because we have some gemals. Bow, I even have a bow in my inventory. I might have duplicated one by accident. I can't remember I had it on me. And a potion of strength 2, which means we need to get some blaze powder, which we already have, and some nether wart. So, to do that though, I do actually have to go all the way back down here. Because, believe it or not, I still have not got rid of my old base. I just need to kind of get around to doing that, and eventually the world's going to load. I need to just move a lot of things, but like this, like my Tinker's thing and my whatever these are called, weeping pods. I guess I can replant them because they'll eventually grow back, and some random diamond chests which have nothing in them, and the thing that we do need, which is our brewing stand. So, did I accidentally drop an item in there? No, I just clicked on something by accident. Whoa, okay. World's not loading in properly. I think that's because I'm using fraps. I think I've noticed a few people, like when they record, saying the world loads in significantly slower than it does. I don't know if it's because it's like files so large and it's writing so much, even though it's on a different drive I'm recording to. I don't know, but that's why I'm up in the sky, so I don't have to worry about issues like that. So I'm going to place that one down there just because, and we're going to have... Oh, actually, why do I... Oh, that's a crafting thing. Oh, I do need a bucket. Well, no, I don't, actually. I need a bottle. I need glass. I need 3 glass. Should be done fairly quickly, because it's over a couple of machines. And the machines overall are quite quick. And also, we don't have to go down there, because we've got this area, which is perfect. So it's going to be a case of I really need to get a powered one of these, because then I can maybe have it quicker go quicker. But we are going to have the gems. Then we need to get blaze powder, I think it was, as well as some nether wart. So nether wart, blaze powder, and then I think it was glowstone. I want to make sure it was glowstone. The good thing about glowstone is I have 1,726 glowstone reeds. Now, it may look like this is never doing anything down here, but that's because, well, I don't think it's one's ever grown, but these do grow every so often. Just get sent to my system. I need to get some better deep storage situation set up. I kind of want to get like everything I farm in deep storage units, but I kind of need to sort out how I'm doing the bottom area of this area, because I will probably be ending up using more channels than I have, especially right now when I only have one controller. I need to get more controllers pretty quickly. I actually should probably set up a automated system for that. But yeah, with this, I'm not sure if I'm gonna, because I made this so it was at 200, so I don't really want to go lower than 200. So what I might do is have like, especially since we can fly, and I know Chrono can fly at least. I'm not sure about Flame. I don't think he's been on too much, and probably doesn't have the ability to fly. But I do have a spare jetpack, and I'm, if he really asked, I could give him this jetpack or the other jetpack when we get around to having our flight capabilities sorted out. So I need a pickaxe that can. That's silky because that's the that's the one. Okay, which one's Ardite? Yeah, Ardite. Okay, that is my biggest one. There we go. The only problem with having a silky pickaxe, I actually need to get one that has fortune, like one with the same, so cobalt and same sort of setup. I don't know if I really want a silky or a auto repair one, but just one that I can have a ton of haste on and a fortune and whatever. It doesn't really even matter about the haste because I'm just probably going to be using it on a very rare occasions. So, oh, I actually just realized something as well. We need to put these two diamond swords together and see if I have a bow. I do not have a bow. Do I have sticks? I have 417 sticks. I think I have a crafting recipe for them. Or I just made a ton with the wood. String. Not strong, string. Let's make a bow. Even though I already have one that I never use. And there we go. Gem of Potentia. So we now have health boost, instant health, saturation, and regen 2, and also strength 3. So this sword already can one-shot kill any normal mob. It can one-shot any zombie, any creeper, any skeleton, even if they have armor on. That's kind of the point of the rapier, is to go through armor. However, there are some mobs which we are rarely going to see, considering the location that I've chosen, which is the mushroom biome, which obviously nothing can spawn in except mushrooms. But occasionally I'll have to go out because I haven't got any ender lilies. I don't think I have any ender lily seeds yet, and if I am, or if I have, I need to set those up pronto. So I do have 6 apparently, so I need to set those up in some way. So I need to get some ender cores set up at some point. But occasionally when I have to get ender pearls, I have to go out and get some ender pearls, sort out something, because Enderium is kind of a useful material, I'll say at least. We do not, with this sword, one-shot kill Enderman and such things. And also, considering I'm planning to try and get into a wither fight sometime in the near future, so we can get that wither the nether star, and then get the lose the jetpack, get the angel ring, which is the plan. Because then we don't have to refuel. I don't have to hear this very annoying sound in the back of my head every time I'm like, it's also quicker. It's just generally better. There's no real down cost because I can just throw it in here, lose this ring, for example, or lose this ring which I'm not using, and or even just keep it in my inventory, use up a slot, and then I have these golden bags of holding anyway, so my inventory isn't like always going to be full. And then we can fly around quicker and just generally better without having to worry about our fuel consumption, and don't have to like bob up and down every time we want to just go from A to B. So we need to get into the wither thing. which we can get onto. So I went to the Nether fairly recently, and was going around getting some Undertaker chests. And luckily, whilst I was going through there, I ended up finding one Wither Shrub seed. I then came across another chest which had 2 in them, so I had a total of 3. Now, I obviously only have 2 here. That is because I gave one to Chrono. Because, again, you know, I have 2 already. And it's not like I'm going to need Wither Skulls, like, every single second of time at the moment. I still need to work out a proper way of actually automating a wither killing system, and then we'll need a ton of them, because you can use wither power and just generally nether stars. Having an overflow of wither stars or nether stars is like the coolest thing you can have an overflow of. Like, currently my overflow is cobblestone, or my main things are cobblestone and oak. Like 36k, 133k, so if I had like over 133k or like a million nether stars, imagine a million nether stars. That would be amazing. It would just be cool. So we are gonna have to actually right, so we can set this up. I'm actually thinking, if we get rid of that, like, I've made quite a ton of glowing reed, and we're making still quite a bit of glowing reed, and on occasion, you know, I don't use more than I'm making, so that's good. Also, we need to get some blazing cactoids sorted out, so I will also have to set up something for that. So I might have to end up increasing the harvested radius at some point and sorting out something like that, because we also need some blazing cactoid, because obviously we can turn that into blaze rods, I think, or just blaze. We can turn it into blaze nuggets, which can turn 3 of those, I think, into blaze rods, or 9 into a blaze ingot. And a blaze ingot can be used to make a forced or focused lava cell and some armor, and a quite cool looking armor. But again, that's probably our easiest way, in theory, right now, to make a ton of blaze powder. So, especially since we can make, I think, 5 blaze powder from 1 blaze rod, and obviously 3 of these makes 1 blaze rod. So, yeah, and if we're farming a ton of them, that's all like great. But we do need a hoe, which means we need sticks. But we need a diamond hoe, or a golden hoe, but I'm going to go with diamond just because I can. And also, I think it looks better. Like, I'd rather use a diamond hoe than be using a yeah, I'd rather use a diamond hoe than a gold hoe. But we can have our wither shrub there, and what that's going to do is sort of like a pumpkin, or a pumpkin stem, or a melon stem. It's going to create wither skulls. So it's going to fully grow, and then the wither skulls are going to grow on this side, this side, this side, and this side. Now, it's going to take a very long time at the moment, so I'm kind of like, if it grows this side, fine. If not, you know, I can pick up them like manually. Like, if I'm going to be around here, I'm going to see that they've grown. They're kind of quite obvious, so I can pick up those, and in that time, I can sort out getting, you know, a radius increase on there, and also setting this place up in a better area. As I was saying earlier, I kind of plan to get or expand this area, so I want to keep this sort of the same, and maybe build another platform like 20 blocks out or something like that on each side, and from there have one that's completely like every different type of tree, for example, and just have, you know, expanding out like these from this being the center, like tons and tons of different setups. Because the way I've got this set up is kind of awkward, because I've got this center bit, and it's very difficult to set up in these machines, so I can't really set up things in a sort of nice pattern. But obviously, if I were to make a completely flat area for specifically farms, I can create like tree farms, and then like nether farms. Like, I can create blazing cactoid farms and wither shrubs and glowing reed and quartz berries, and, you know, I can make soul sand farms, and as I've shown before, and all these cool things, ender lily farms, just because that is in the end, the point of this series, to get as close to being in creative mode. And that's not just being in creative mode, so being unkillable and being able to fly. That is, in theory, even though creative mode isn't one-shot killing everything, or nearly everything. I don't think there's a conceivable way that you can one-shot kill the Wither. I can't really test out with the Dragon, especially with Hardcore Ender expansion. The Wither, or the Dragon is dead. That is something Chrono did. I don't really care about the Dragon too much. Don't know if in theory I can get a one-shot kill on the Wither. I think I can get to a two-shot kill, and maybe that's it. Depending on the weapon I use. I haven't tried the Viscerator with Strength 3 yet. I don't actually know what strength this gives us. Yeah, this gives us Strength 3. I haven't tried the Eviscerator with Strength 3 on a Wither, so we might be able to get that sorted out. But yeah, doing that, and having an infinite amount of items. Obviously, creative mode, you can just have infinite of every item, so that is the point of my AE system in the end, is to be able to, in the end, be like, oh, I want to request this item because I need it, and yeah, time may play its part into it, the whole crafting thing, but if I can be like, oh, I want 64 blocks, or like, let's say, I don't know, something I do quite often, 6,400 gravel, to throw it in there just to make a ton of ingots, but, oh, I want 64 blocks of diamonds. I can be like, and it will craft, and then I'll have it. That is the plan. But that's going to be it for today, anyway, guys. Because I've been blabbering on for like the last 5 minutes. As I said, I will sort some things out and do some more planning and move these Tinker's tools, and I need to find a better place for it. Probably also find a place for the smeltery and stuff like that. But that's all stuff I'll do behind the scenes. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully this quality in the video isn't too bad. I've noticed myself, like just there. Oh. And Chrono's going off now. But yeah, so the quality is hopefully quite good. Hopefully, that is, because I'm using a different recording software where, you know, no expenses spared on the bitrate it records at, and it's quite harsh on the computer sometimes. But I've noticed it stayed around 60 for most of the time. There have been drops like there, which I'm currently working on. I'm actually working on an update for the pack currently, and eventually seeing if I can get it out public properly or not. I just have to run over a few more things. So that might come in the coming weeks, maybe. But yeah, so plans for next episode I already have, so that should be good. Okay, going back to the thing. Hopefully the quality's good. Hopefully you haven't noticed too many stat ratings. It stayed around 60 most of the time. There are a few drops here and there, but hopefully they aren't too noticeable. And again, I'm working on them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.